And we're going. Alright, so I saw this thing where if you clap, you can line up music or your audio and a video at the same time. And then just go out and cut the parts that you don't like. So, one more time for reassurance. Clap.
How you doing? Kind of like a movie thing. Scene, whatever.
Action. That's why they do it.
I know that, but
I don't have to.
You just explained it to me like I'm stupid. Like, that's why they clap. Really?
Well, that's the way I learned it. Anyways.
Oh my goodness.
Can we continue with the show?
Yeah.
Alright. Would you like to introduce yourself, or would you like me to introduce you?
Why don't you do it? I want to hear this.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Tadpole Show with special guest Marie Laveau.
Oh my god. I know you didn't.
That's what they're gonna know you as.
Okay, so let's get this straight. I have several nicknames by you. All of them are could be taken the wrong way by a lot of different people.
No, I mean,
Yes.
White Girl was like cocaine.
White Girl. Marie Laveau.
Voodoo Queen.
Voodoo Queen.
The Swamp Queen. I mean, by golly, we live in the swamp. You walk 10 feet outside and you walking through the cypress trees. You know what I'm saying? Rougarou lives like 10 miles from here.
Hey, Rougarou is my 9-year-old Walmarter.
Ooh, so fancy.
That's what we call him.
My Marie Laveau. To places I don't ever go. Anyways, onward with the show. So I got a couple questions for you. First question is, what is it like being the wife of Tadpole?
Insane.
Why is that? I mean,
like it's a good insane. It's crazy.
I mean, I live a pretty normal life. I wake up and I drink coffee and go to work and then come home.
Yeah, you say it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, Garrett, Tadpole, what do I call you? Okay.
Tadpole.
We've been together for 8 years. Since your junior year of high school.
Thank you for the refresher.
Okay. Shut up! I'm just saying, we've been together a long time. Put all of that together, our life has been crazy together so far. And it's gonna only get crazier. I'm just saying, it's been crazy so far. You act like, oh, I'll just drink coffee and go to work. No. You do, Garrett. You hit our house drifting around at one time.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to talk about that. I don't remember it. They say I drifted around the house in my old truck and smacked it, but I don't remember that, so who's to say that didn't happen? They didn't just make it up.
They have a video.
Well, maybe.
They have a video.
Maybe so. They got me.
And then you've falling off our roof.
Alright, well, I don't remember that one either, but I felt that one.
You're not going to remember a lot of them.
Well,
and most of them I actually wasn't there because you knew I was going to go crazy. But, like...
I mean, what, we only almost got arrested how many times?
No, I stopped going places with you because I'm always the one that... It always happens when I'm there. So I decided I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I guess you got a point.
Got a point.
But like, what else is insane about it? So
it's not a bad thing.
I drift in my yard and I hit the house. I get drunk and I fall off a roof.
You bring animals home, but get mad at me when I bring animals home.
You've never brought an animal home.
Because you get mad at me.
How can I get mad at you if you never brought one home?
So let's see. One day, Garrett Tadpole decides to. I want a bull. I want a baby calf.
I was going to raise bucking bulls.
So
Them rank bulls.
Him and his best friend go in and get 3 calves. Mind you, I was how many months pregnant?
Couple.
I was a couple months pregnant, probably 4 or 5 months pregnant. We had them calves, and every day I had to go out there and feed them at a certain time, bottle feed them, everything. Garrett did help. He did way more than I did, but I'm just saying, I was how many months pregnant doing that because you wanted cows.
Well, don't
you
forget.
wanted bulls.
How did we get them to the house? We had to throw them in the back of the truck, and I had to ride back there and hold them down.
Yeah, that's true.
Where was we coming from?
Well, we got the first 3 from Creek, and then we got some other ones from another woman.
That's the time that I had to ride in the bed of a truck.
With them, because you had to tie them down and lay down.
That was like an hour-long drive, too.
It was close to it because we had to go back roads. I had to go slow because you were back in the back. And those calves, I didn't know if they were going to, try to get up or anything, so.
I had to tackle them down. I had them in a chokehold the whole time. They looking at me, man.
Then.
So, besides the cows, what else? What's insane? What's crazy?
How many chickens did we have at one time? 30?
Okay, yeah, I may have splurged on chickens. I did buy 30 little chickens one time, and we successfully raised them all.
The other insane things are, it's not, like I'm saying, I'm going to refresh you, it's not a bad insane. It's a good insane. Like, it's a fun, it keeps our marriage alive, I feel like.
So you don't live a very boring life.
No, and I never expect it to. Okay. Like, I've always expected to have, like, a really fun life with you, but
here we are.
I never know what's coming around the corner.
I mean, I could break out a bottle of whiskey right now. It's Sunday night. We could get to it.
Like, one time we had a crawfish bowl, and you and your friends decided to make a rope swing. Yes. I have the video of him jumping off of a truck trying to go into our pond, and he hit the ground before the pond because it broke.
Or tree branch broke, or the rope swing broke.
Yeah.
We was using a rope.
No, it was the branch. The branch came down. Yeah. Y'all picked the lowest branch so y'all could get it around, but then the rope was so heavy that it broke the branch.
I think I was pushing like 240 at the time.
No.
Maybe. I got big for a minute.
No, but like you, Creek, and Damien were all jumping off of it.
Well, yeah, and it just happened to be my luck.
But like it's like a mixture of y'all. It wasn't just you.
I never forget. I climbed up in the back of that truck, and I had the rope in my hands, and I was like, "What if this just ends terribly?" And all because I thought of that, it ended terribly, and it hurt.
Well, that is a perfect example of bringing stuff into existence, like thinking stuff into existence.
Maybe so.
No, that is.
I do.
You manifest it. If you manifest it, it comes true. If it's a bad manifestation, then that's what happens.
Anyways, before we get too far in this video, today's episode is sponsored by Sonic.
Shut up.
Get you some. Got that old Sonic sweet tea, boy. That'd be the best sweet tea in a fast food chain right there. What you sipping on? You got some Crown in that cup?
I need some.
I need some. Heard that. So what else? I mean, so it's an insane life we live. Like, what do you see in the future? How do you see that going?
Oh, God.
You don't want to dive into that tonight?
You want me to answer that?
I mean, we can move on to the next subject.
What I see is you doing what you love. But I see our kids. I just see them doing the same, like, somewhat of the same things you used to do and the stories you've told me and your family's told me that you've done, and I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Yeah, I have lived a very interesting life, and if my kid is half of me, you're going to catch hell. Just ask my mama.
Great. Because
my mama was also a teacher, which is a career that you're pursuing.
Yeah.
And I went to the same school as my mama, and every single day she was in the office with me as I got my paddlings.
Dang.
Yep, she told me every time.
See, I don't
You're embarrassing me. I'm like, well, I'm just being me.
I don't see, like, kids being paddled at school as a bad thing. But at the same time, I don't know if I want someone else paddling my kid.
Oh,
but
man.
then, also, if I were to paddle him, whip him or anything, he probably wouldn't learn his lesson.
One time, I knew I was going to get paddled that day because I did something bad at the end of the day before. So I prepared, and I wore 6 pairs of underwear and 3 pairs of basketball shorts, plus on top of that my khaki pants. And Coach Poe, who was our either principal or disciplinarian officer or whatever, he reared back and whacked me one good time. And he's like, oh no, this ain't about to happen. I had to drop my drawers in front of everybody and get paddled butt ass naked. That one hurt. Left a mark for sure. Stung. That was worse than getting paddled with school pants on, so from then on I never try to wear protection.
Wait, it was worse?
Yeah, it was worse. Getting paddled butt ass naked.
Oh, because he realized.
Yeah, when the wood struck my buttocks, I felt that through my soul.
I've never been paddled.
Well,
Can you
get that with a private school life.
Hold on. They did paddlings. I know a bunch of boys that got paddled.
Oh, but you was the goody good shoes.
I didn't get caught.
You was just that slick.
I was that slick.
Damn, you good.
Nah, I was just good.
I didn't. I never tried to hide anything.
I did not become the way I am until I met you. Like, I was like, follow the rules. Don't,
Then I came along and ruined it all. Made you see life for what it was and made you go live it. Daggone me.
You didn't ruin it. You made it better. You made me open my eyes to a lot of different things, and I'm grateful for that. Because if I wouldn't have opened my eyes,
you'd have been a Karen.
Maybe.
You'd have been a Karen. I can see it now.
But see, when I went to that private school, I liked the small vicinity I was in, to where I knew everybody, and there wasn't a lot of like drama or problems. And then when I finally went to from a private school with 8 kids in my 8th grade graduation to a 5A high school with 400 kids in the graduation?
Oh yeah,
that's crazy, right?
It was the same thing for me. I went to public schools my whole life, but we was in the system for a little while, and I went to all these different schools, so I knew almost every kid around Natchitoches. But whenever I left Provençal, I think there was 50 kids in the junior high. I don't remember how many people graduated. It was like 10 or 20. But then I went to to Natchitoches Central. There's 5,000 kids in the whole school. And I think out of the...
Is that a 7A?
I have no idea. But out of I think there was 3,000 or 3,500 freshmen. And out of those 3,500, I knew the faces of at least 2,000 of them. I may have not known their names, but I did at least recognize a lot of people from going through the system. And I want to say I did the math one time, and I think I went to 12 different schools throughout my course of going to school.
See, that's why I feel blessed, because I didn't have to do that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a bad thing. So
I know,
the way it was set up for us,
it's a nice thing. Like they like to have new starts or whatever.
Well, the thing about it is, certain schools, which I know it's the same around here too, but certain schools were K to 2, and then you had 3rd and 4th, and then 5th.
Oh well, yeah.
And I think there was one school specifically designed for 4th grade, so these wizard kids can go through and just excel in whatever in the 4th grade year. I don't know what's so special about the 4th grade year, but I remember
4th grade's when you first take leap.
Oh yeah. I leap every day.
Shut up. No, it's that test.
Oh Oh, the ACT thing.
Kind of like that, but
Yeah.
it's for, they call it LEAP.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure 4th grade's the first time you ever take it.
Yeah, so my 4th grade year, I was in a.
I don't know.
I wasn't in like the 4th grade class that I was talking about, like the 4th grade school I was talking about, but I was in a lab school, and
ooh, fancy.
Yeah, you'd have thought it was something fancy, but it was actually like white trash ghetto.
The lab school we have around here is actually pretty good.
Well, I mean, this one wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but it was at the college, and it was kind of weird. But anyway,
it was at the college.
Yeah, so
this one is too.
I did go to the college. I did go to college one time.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it may have been 4th grade, but I was still there.
What school? What college was it?
Northwestern State University.
Oh, really?
Go Demons. Nobody's probably ever heard of them.
How do you remember? So listen, you tell me a lot of stuff from when you're younger and remember it. I
got dropped on my head when I was a kid. Well, no.
No, that doesn't make sense because
I didn't. No, actually, hang on, wait. The thing is, I never got dropped on my head. I don't think, but I did have my head smacked around by a ceiling fan one time, and I think that's what it was.
I remember that story.
So I think like whenever you get dropped on the ground on your head, you lose memory, but when you get smacked around, you're closer to the Lord up there. So when you get smacked around, everything's like when you fall down, you lose everything to the ground. But when you get smacked around up there, you know what I'm saying? It just goes around and around.
Here's how I feel about it. I got smacked in the face by a softball.
Going like 90 miles per hour?
Yeah. Because I was 11 or 12, and I was pitching in a softball game, and the girl hit the ball, a line drive back at my face. Like, it was so fast that you can't react. They said I reacted a little bit, but, you really can't. And,
what was that like? You just, you saw the ball coming?
What happened was I saw the ball release from my hand, and I saw it get almost to the girl, and I saw her swing, okay? I don't remember seeing the ball coming at me, and I don't remember, whatever. What I thought I saw was, I thought I saw me, I felt it, but I didn't. It numbed it. So I thought I saw me spinning around like this, because I got hit and then I dropped, That's what I thought. They told me it hit me and I dropped. And my brother was in the woods. There's a big canal behind that field. So him and his friends. Yeah, him and his friends were down there getting balls that were hit over or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I used to do that as a kid. I was wondering if people still did that.
Yeah, everybody does that. So Jaden was back there and he heard it hit my face. He heard it. He heard it was loud.
Smack.
The whole park stopped. It was crazy. Yeah. So I thought I was spinning, and apparently I dropped. So they said my dad was my coach. So they said he made it to me before the girl made it to first base.
Really? She didn't even check up. She's like, bam, pitcher's down, let me go.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I was always told never to look away whenever you run into first base. Just run straight.
Well, yeah. But still, I don't know if but, whenever you hit that ball and it's going to be a good hit the way it comes off that bat, and you just want to see where it goes at first, and, before you take off.
Oh, all the time.
So, that's probably what happened. She probably saw it happen and didn't want to run to first. But, it registered. She saw it, but it didn't register, and she probably started running to first or something like that. But, I don't know. I just know my dad picked me up off the ground. My mom came running because my mom's a nurse. My eyes were puddling with blood. I broke my nose. Cracked it this way. Cracked all of this. It shattered all this. Cracked over here. My palate was hanging up by one bone.
That's why your face messed up. Carry on.
I know you didn't.
We on camera. You can't touch me.
Yeah, huh? You just wait till that camera's off then.
Dream on, Heflin.
Anyway, so my dad and my assistant coach got me to the hospital before the ambulance came.
The ambulance?
Yeah. So I got blood all in that man's hospital. All in that man's truck.
He had to clean that up.
That ain't my fault.
Actually, yeah, it is. The blood was coming from you.
I know, but it wasn't I couldn't help it.
True.
But yeah, so back to the moral of the story is I don't think that just getting hit above makes you whatever. No matter if you get hit with your head anywhere. I can't remember anything. Like, I can remember a couple things, but not many memories from before I was hit.
So, like, do you remember coming, like, in and out of consciousness? Or was, like, you knocked out for good, or was, like...
I did not knock out. So, like, it hit me, but I didn't pass out.
Well, that sucks.
I thought I did, just because the way I spun around and everybody was telling me I actually just fell down. I thought, well, maybe that was me knocked out. But as far as I know, I didn't knock out. But whenever I got to the hospital, my face was covered in blood. My lip, I have pictures. My lip was like this big and
had that Kim Kardashian going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The free version.
The reason why I was asking if you was coming in and out of consciousness, I got my shit rocked one time by a basketball goal. Let's see, I was 6 years old, and we had just got into the system. The government gave us a house and all that. We had a duplex, and it was back in Jackson Square. I think me and this little carrot top boy was the only two white kids there, minus my brothers and sisters. But anyways, we was in our duplex parking lot, and we had a basketball goal there, and all the brothers were hanging off of the goal and stuff. Well, mind you, I'm like 6. My little sister's 4. Well, she goes up there and she's hanging off the basketball goal, and I was like, that's cool. I want to do that. And I'll never forget, I got on the goal and they picked me up. And I was like, ooh, I feel like Michael Jordan up here. And about that time, I remember a cop had came around the corner. And he didn't have his lights on or nothing like that. But all the brothers, they was like 7 or 8 at the time. They was a little bit older than I was. They just took off. So the thing about it was, I didn't think to let go. I'm hanging on to this goal for dear life. So I watched the last dude jump off the back of the goal, and they all took off running and jumped the fences and went out into the field. It was such a slow fall. I remember I'm coming down, and I look behind me. There's a lawn chair underneath me from where we would stand on, to get more height to go up on the basketball goal. And I remember on the way down, I looked at my sister, and I said, move that effing chair. And that was kind of dumb because I think that chair was there for a reason to break my fall. But whenever I slowed down time, I kind of screwed myself out of that one. So anyways, I smacked the concrete, and that was it. Like, I don't remember jack diddly squat after I hit the concrete. I just remember hitting the concrete, the basketball goal, which is why my teeth are messed up to this day. They still crooked, like my bottom teeth are still crooked from the basketball goal hitting me.
My teeth are crooked from an accident.
Yeah, like mine were bad. I even had braces, and they couldn't fix it.
I never had braces, but like this, see?
Oh, yeah. No, mine's all jacked.
Like, so, mine went behind it.
I remember my mama was at church, and my sister, I think it was just my sister, picked me up off of the ground and was carrying me into the house like she was Superman. And I remember, like, I was walking, and I opened up my eyes for a second, and, like, it was like in a movie scene. Blood just fell down and hit the ground. I had a trail of blood, and she brought me inside, and my uncle was watching us at the time, and he didn't know what to do. He put me in the car and went to the church before he went to the hospital. And, like, I remember seeing the concrete. They laid me in the car. I remember my mama looking at me at the church. I remember the church very vividly, seeing the church and all that. And I think I saw angels at the time. I thought I was going to die. Then that was it. I woke up.
You say that so lightly.
Oh, I've been close to death on a couple occasions.
I mean, I know you have, but like you just say it so lightly. Like
after the church, that was it. Like, I woke up and I was in the hospital looking around, and yeah, it was a messed up time. I had to get stitches. I was in the hospital for a hot minute. And I tell you what, boy, I had the worst headache after that for a little minute. I had a headache, and that short time period, I think we was in the system for 3 years. So I was 6, and it was about the time I was 8, maybe 9, we got out of the system. And a lot of that time is hard for me to remember. Well, there's a lot of good stories from them days. Like I got into a drainage system one time, and there was some weird dude that lived in there, so I got my ass out of there. There's like a on the street curb, just this rainwater gutter thing, and I jumped in. I jumped in, and there's like tunnels everywhere.
Wait,
and
you pulled a Georgie, an It? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess.
You went in. Did you ever watch It?
Well, yeah, but
And so where he's in the drain.
oh yeah, where he went into the drain.
You did that?
Well, I mean, we did that in other spots.
Are you nuts?
So there's like a whole bunch of tunnels.
Oh no!
And stuff.
So you won't walk over a water grater that's just in the middle of like.
Well, no, because whenever I climbed down there was some old dude down there, and it was kind of weird. Like he was all crinkled up and stuff. So I like got my ass out of there, and I never went around them things again.
No, you never told me that. You literally will not walk over a grater thingy, sewer drain or whatever it is.
Oh, I could take you to the drainage spot.
But you climbed into one? Are you crazy?
Yeah, kind of am. So, anyways.
Don't you ever ask me to go in one.
Another story about being in the system. I got my bike stolen one time. I had a lock on it and everything. I really think whoever was living with us at the time that knew the code, I think they told whoever the code was because my lock was undone, unless I didn't twist the things, but I'm pretty sure I always twisted them. But so my bike got stolen, and they hit like everybody's house that night. I think there was 18 bikes that got stolen, and I think 2 weeks went by, and me and this kid named Trey, we was playing, we was shooting hoops, and all of a sudden, this dude comes like out of his backyard on his bicycle. It's him and his partners, and they have a limousine bicycle. There was a total of 18 bikes, and we all thought it was cool as hell. It was the craziest thing we ever seen. I mean, it didn't register me that my Spider-Man bike was right in the middle of this convoy of bicycles that they welded up together. Like, it didn't even click to me then. It was just a cool thing, and well, some of the parents caught on to what was going on, and they had got in trouble and all that. I never got another bicycle, but that is what it is. Oh yeah, there's some. Oh man, I tell you what, there's this old lady. I don't remember her name. One of my partner's grandmas. She made these Kool-Aid pops. Boy, let me tell you what. 25 cents, get you a Kool-Aid pop and a red Solo cup. We'd be walking down the road playing whatever. She said, "Hey, hon, come see." And we went and saw.
What do I get if I make you some Kool-Aid pops?
You gonna get me telling you this ain't as good as hers? And she had like pickle sickles too, and like it was the best stuff ever.
Damn.
I tried making Kool-Aid pops not long ago, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same as that old black lady did. She worked the magic on the Kool-Aid pops.
Oh, so that must be your real Marie Laveau.
Why's that?
She worked that magic.
Well, with Kool-Aid pops. I mean, that was some good stuff, and we had some good times back there. We had like, it was a gated community. It was a gated community, and like the gates went right behind the house and in between houses, so the hood next to us couldn't sneak in. And we climbed on top of the fence, and we would jump on the roofs, and we would jump roof to roof, and you could make the whole square, the whole block, jumping roof to roof. And my sister wanted to do it, and mind you, whenever we was in the country at my grandparents' house, we would climb up in trees all day long. But when she got on this roof, she got scared. Like, she panicked, and my grandma was watching us at the time.
So she had her Frisbee, too.
I don't know where my, I think, that might have been the time the Frisbee got thrown up there. But, anyways, so I didn't feel like climbing up there. and we talked her into doing it. And she got stuck up there, and my grandma was watching us at that time. And, like, she wouldn't come down. We couldn't get her down. I was too little to get her down. I think my grandma called the cops. This officer pulled up and talked her into, like, just jumping off the roof, basically.
No,
it wasn't
they called
that
the
high.
fire department.
Well, the cops show up first.
I know, but they called the fireman got him down.
No, the cop got her down. How you going to tell me the story when I was there?
Because I've heard the story several times.
Okay, so the cop got her down, and then as soon as the cop got her to the ground, the fire truck pulled up with the ladder. And she said, we call her right now.
No, it's too late to call her.
We call Brooke. She said, dadgummit, I should have waited for the fire truck.
I can see Brooke saying that, but...
Officer Williams was his name, I think. I don't know.
And this was in Natchitoches, right?
Oh, yeah, this was in Natchitoches. This was on the... it was right next... If y'all are familiar with the Natchitoches area, it was down... not Kaiser. It's that road, if you're going towards South Park, back there, close to the fairgrounds. It's the road that runs along the river. Anyways, you turn by the aquarium, and you go down about a mile, and you see Jackson Square. A lot of gang-related activities go on back there. The north side, the north side was on the other side of town. That was, I forgot whose hood that was. There was a shooting one time, coming from there at the high school. This dude named Ham, he got shot in his ham. That was a crazy day. We went to school.
In his hamstring?
No, like his buttocks. Got shot at school, and they clipped him in the butt. It was a drive-by shooting. But it was just a normal day. I mean, nothing really.
The craziest thing that happened here was a boy was dating this girl, and the mom didn't want her to date him, and she ended up breaking up with him. And he showed up to her house one early morning. She had just left for school with her brother. And the boyfriend went in the house and killed the mom.
Oh, yeah,
Shot
I heard
her.
about that.
Yeah, my sister was a junior or senior. I was still in, I think, 8th grade.
Yeah, didn't, whoever lives there go AWOL and put cameras everywhere? It's the only house that you see with, 100 cameras in the house.
Probably because when they finally found the dude, because they put the schools on lockdown. They put all the schools on lockdown because of her being at the high school, the brother being at the junior high. I think they also put, little schools on lockdown, and they told Hammond schools, so I was in Hammond because that was where my school was, and they told us, just be prepared, lock the doors or whatever, just, we don't know what's going on. And when they finally found him, I don't remember if it was hours or days or what, the girl had went home to get stuff out of her house to go to her grandma's or something like that, and they found him in the house under her bed. Because when she walked in her room, she realized something was out of place. So she ran back out, and they went in and found him under her bed.
That's messed up.
How did they not? First off, why didn't you check the house, Unless he had left and come back or something, But that's crazy. That's one of the craziest things that happened in Punchtool that I know of.
So I only went to the school for 1 year. I think we had 3 shootings. But it wasn't like some emo...
What school?
Natchitoches Central. But it wasn't like some little emo kid that's upset because somebody called him gothic or something, and it was just I'm gonna kill everybody. It was all gang related stuff, so no big deal. But
Big deal.
we had, I think the most we had was 5 bomb threats in a week.
We had bomb threats at Punchtool, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
But they were fake. They just didn't want to go to school.
So this 1 week in particular, and which I think the dude's still in jail. They sentenced him 30 years because he called in 5 bomb threats and they could never catch who it was at the time. I think by the middle of the week, we was on bomb threat number 3, and we followed routine. We went out to the football fields. They searched the school and we went back. That same day we had another bomb threat called in by the same dude or whatever. And I don't even think they let us out of the class at the time. They was just like at that point. And then the fifth time it was just like they called a bomb threat and nobody moved.
That day was with Shelby at school. They literally had them locked in the lockdown for hours. From that morning till I think school was out.
With a bomb threat?
No, with that guy that shot the woman.
Yeah. I mean, we had like metal detectors at our school, but it was easy to get a gun in. Because people brought guns all the time. I brought my pocket knife every day. I was one of those guys.
I could see bringing that though.
Stay strapped, get clapped.
I could see bringing your pocket knife. I mean, shoot.
Yeah. I got suspended from that school one time. So it's a 2-story school. And
you slid down the ramp of the stairs.
No, never got caught doing that. But me and one of my good buddies, I met him in kindergarten. We was actually next door neighbors and got into a lot of trouble together. And good kid. I think he's like a NASA scientist now.
A what?
He does something with airplanes. He always aerodynamics. I don't know. He's like a airplane engineer or something, a pilot, astronaut or something. But anyways, we was big into airplanes. Well, he was big into airplanes, and I was just friends with him, so I was into airplanes too. And we wrote some mean things on the sheet of paper and made this paper airplane, this glider. And we was on the second floor, and I threw it up in the air, and like it flew around the whole school several times. And like all the kids in there was just watching it spin around and around, and it smacked some teacher in the back of the head. And it was that teacher.
That's your luck.
But it was that teacher.
But it's still your luck.
And like everybody was like, woo! And she opened it up and saw the big male genitals that was drawn on it.
Oh my god.
And by that point, all the teachers that were like in the area knew who it was, and they had both of us by the ears, went to the office and whatever, but good times. Then after that, I went to Texas. Texas was just kind of weird. If you ain't from Texas, you don't belong in Texas. I didn't belong in Texas. I mean, I fit in.
Remember that time? Remember that time we made a dirt track on the power lines at the other house?
Yeah, and I dented up my truck good from that.
That was awesome.
Made a little figure 8 racetrack. And
you and Damien and your S10, his Ranger, just going for it.
Whipping it, boy. We was gonna take that thing.
And I was sitting in the middle of the 8, videoing with the dogs.
We just sitting there like whoosh, whoosh.
Rebel was so mad. He wanted in that truck so bad.
Yes, I drifted one of them curves so fast, and I went into the wood line, and I dropped off in a ditch, and like. My truck, I ain't had anywhere good to hook a chain up to. So I just pushed it with a tractor, and I missed my bumper and hit my tailgate. But at that point, I was just like, oh, well. Yeah, that's why there's a big dent in the tailgate.
I don't care about that truck.
Remember that time we hit a tree up at Miles' house? We was leaving. Right after the storm, there was a tree in the middle of the road. We was trying to get out to the road to get reinforcements. And like I drove up on a tree, and it went into the side of my truck. You was probably up at the house at that time.
I think I was at the house because, so I was, 6 or 7 months pregnant when that happened?
I don't know, but we was army crawling through them trees up there.
I know, I was pregnant. It was me, you, Damien, and Gage. We were all crawling through trees, and I had to walk across a log of a tree, and it was crazy.
Yeah, so we...
And then we got all the way to the house, and then y'all had to go all the way back, and then come all the way back. It was, it was just back and forth.
Oh, yeah. So, we drove all the way up there, got there 2 o'clock in the morning, tried to chop trails all the way through.
Then I had to drive home.
Yeah, and I went to work. We pulled an all-nighter. I worked all day. As soon as I got off of work, we struck out. pulled an all-nighter there. And
4-hour drive there.
I went to work. I was like, what, an hour and a half late to work or whatever. I think I slept at work.
Yeah, but we had to go up there so we can get your grandparents a way out and a generator.
Yeah, and I felt kind of bad. I had a rinky-dinky generator. They said it ran for like 4 hours, and I was like, mission failed. They ended up getting a generator the next day, though, so that was good.
But you still made a path.
Yeah, I kind of made somewhat of a trail. All my hard work was just abolished by a dozer the next day. So, but I mean, no big deal. At least I could get in and out. I was upset though. We lost a lot of good trees up there. My great grandpapa planted a whole bunch of cedar trees, big old trees, and it was all cedars and oaks that fell.
You remember that night? I was driving your truck. And I think we had Juju. And we were bringing her home. And we were going down Thibodeau. And I was going, you know how I go down that road.
What is
and in front where that guy lived that has that big truck, there was a tree across the road. And we almost rammed it.
Oh yeah, almost smacked that thing.
I was driving. I didn't see it. I saw people on the road, so I was like on the side of the road, and I'm like, because they had a light or something. It was when the lights went out or something. And then I was like, we could have died.
Oh yeah,
like,
no doubt.
Like,
yeah, that was almost bad that time.
Like, I was scared. That scared me for a while, so I didn't want to go fast.
Yeah. Make sure we're still recording. We're 45 minutes in.
You're lying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see.
Probably do another 20
remember?
minutes.
So back to our calves. You know what I didn't say was we had, you know, those calves, you have to be able to take care of them, and most of them, almost, what's the percentage
The
of them?
survival rate for a bottle-fed calf is very low because whenever they're born, they get a shot of colostrum. One of the colossals.
It's colostrum.
And so they get a shot of the colostrals, and
oh my God.
then that's it. They're just turned out on a bottle. And we had one make it like, and this is very common, one made it like 6 months, and he was big and he was healthy.
Really?
Yeah, he had his worms.
I thought he was bigger than that. I mean,
he may have been 8 months. He was big.
He was one of the first 3 we had, and I remember I was so sad when my little Hank.
Yeah.
And then Buck.
But yeah.
But remember they would get out and come lay on the porch.
Oh yeah, they'd walk up to the porch and just. I had one come in the house one time.
It was Willie.
Yeah.
I wasn't home.
So no, we did it right. We gave him the medicated formula and bottle fed him for the amount of time, and then after that he was on feed and grass. And just one day, and I was told this happens all the time with the bottle fed calves, they just belly up. But yeah, they would go up to the house and sleep on the porch, sleep on the dog beds, sleep with the dogs. I actually got a picture.
So which one was it that would sleep on Judge's bed?
Willie.
It was Willie. There was another one though. I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
Which one would lick Judge? One would lick the dog. We had a big boxer.
He was like American.
He was American Bulldog or something. He was like our landlord's dog. And he would sleep at our house, on our porch or in our house, you know, just because we'd let him. And I was sitting by our fire pit, and Judge was sitting next to me. My other dog was on the other side, and the calf walked up to Judge and starts licking his ear. Just licking like. And then Judge was like, he was ready to kill him. And then finally Judge was like, argh!
He was like,
out of nowhere.
He's like, I like it, but you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I was pregnant, so I almost peed myself laughing at that.
It sounds like all these stories are from whenever you was pregnant.
A lot of them were, because that's when I was at home.
A lot of stuff did happen. You remember?
That was during COVID.
So,
What?
this is my perspective. We're living in a trailer park in Lake Charles.
Oh, are you talking about when I came out the house?
And listen, I just get home from work. I worked a 12-hour shift, graveyard shift. And I just get home. I think I ate breakfast / supper, whatever you would call it. And it was 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, I only drank 3 beers at this point. Maybe not even that many by 7 o'clock a.m. But I just remember the door was wide open. I had my video game going. It was loading up. And all of a sudden, this white girl runs out of the trailer hollering, "I'm pregnant, Niecy, I'm pregnant." Announcing it to Lake Charles. Like, everybody in the trailer park heard this.
So, wait. Niecy is his stepmom. And I love her to death. And I had been talking to her about it. And then she knew I was going to take a test. And she told me to let her know. And she was in the trailer next to us, technically.
Well, no, it was one trailer.
It was a conjoined trailer.
Yeah,
it was weird.
It was split in half.
But anyway, she was on the porch over from me. And I come running out the door. He knew. He saw the test already. He knew. But then he sat down to play his game. And I was so happy. I ran out the door and I said, "Niecy, I'm pregnant." She starts laughing at me. She said, "Bring it here." So she grabbed her glasses and saw it. She's like, "Well, you pregnant. You the pappy." And looked at you.
Yeah, so the next night I go to work and everybody's telling me congratulations and all that. And I was like, "How do y'all know?" And they was like, "Dude, who doesn't know?" Because we was, like, everybody on the job site, we all stayed in the same trailer park. And so the guy across the trailer park there, kind of where the
I didn't know you were
was.
working with a lot of ones on night shift with you.
Oh, yeah.
I thought most of them were on day shift because they would come home and barbecue on the front porch.
Well, so, the thing is, whenever you got shift work like that, it's best to have, if you have somebody stay with you, 1, to split the cost of everything, and 2, if you have somebody that works days and then somebody that works nights, you're not going to bother each other throughout, your time to sleep.
Well, yeah.
So it actually works out really good. But I go to work and they was like, all the night shift guys are at the house getting drunk this morning or that morning. And the next night, they all tell me, or that night, they tell me congratulations. I'm like, "How do you know?" And they was like, "Dude, everybody heard it. Your wife come out there screaming, 'I'm pregnant.'" I was like, "Oh my God."
I don't remember that happening. I don't remember them being out there and stuff.
Oh, everybody was.
And I don't remember screaming it at the top of my lungs. I remember just being loud.
It echoed. I mean, we was in a trailer park. You know what I'm saying? You could hear, the neighbor's Monte Carlo fire up a mile away. It's a small knit community in a trailer park.
Dude, that was the hardest freaking time with them dogs there.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was a
so
bad idea.
we had a bloodhound, and he was a mutt, but he was mixed with bulldog, pit bull and something, but he was only this big. I loved him though. He was my baby.
Had a little terrier in him.
Yeah, something like that. And I had to take care of them while he was at work. So during the day, he'd be sleeping. I had to take care of him, so I had to walk him outside. I had to put harnesses on them because they're crazy.
Mind you, these dogs have all they knew was the country.
Yeah, all they knew was 100 acres,
free range. And then we had I think we got some construction fence, like the orange barricade fence. Yeah, no, we did. And made a makeshift fence.
We tried.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
And then we ended up having to get those leashes for them because.
Oh yeah, they loved that.
Oh God, they got so tangled every
time.
Day.
They'd get so crossed up, it wasn't even funny.
But yeah, it was so hard to take care because June was a special type of bloodhound. June I love
lazy
that dog. She was so lazy, but then she also wanted to run around. It's crazy how she was.
Oh, she loves swimming.
She loved to swim. There was a pond around there that we had walked her around with her harness, and Rebel had his harness, and Garrett had to keep June because June was pulling, trying to get to that pond. And we got there, and she almost got in, but then we were like, no, because then we'd have to...
So you remember my, I
didn't think a bloodhound would like to swim that much.
Every time we had a fatigue night, we would go driving around all night, because if you go to sleep during your shift, you're going to mess yourself up. So one night we went to Natchitoches.
We went all the way to
from
Natchitoches.
Lake Charles on back roads, and drove through Provençal
with our dogs in the back.
With the dogs in the back, and took back roads all the way home. I thought we was lost. We didn't use the GPS.
Remember when we went? Okay, there was another fatigue night where we went the
I'm
other way.
So we head south from Lake Charles, trying to make it to the bottom of Louisiana. We made it to the bottom corner, where Louisiana butts up with Texas and the Gulf of Mexico. We made it there, and then we struck out there. We went to Holly Beach. And what was that little town we was in? Cameron.
Yeah.
So we jumped the ferry to Cameron, which I've never been on the ferry.
I've never been on a ferry either. I was sketched so scared.
Out. I was sketched out. So it was windy, the water was choppy. We sat on the ferry for an hour, and the dude goes, I'm like, what I owe y'all? He goes, don't worry about it, bro. I got you. And I was like, okay.
Rebel's sitting in my lap looking at him like he's going to kill him.
So anyways, remember the bug sprayer? Came up beside us, sprayed bug spray all over us, and then took off again. I was like, what is this dude doing?
Yeah.
Asshole. So anyways, we strike out across the river there in the Cameron. And again, I have no idea where I was at. Because I like to, when I go ride around, I don't look at maps or anything.
No, and that has gotten you in so much trouble.
Not really.
Yes, it has.
Talk about that one another day. But remember we left out of Cameron, and it was nothing but like a straight stretch. Remember when I hit that alligator? We was going down the road, and it went doo-doo.
So what happened was, we were going down the road, and you don't see it. Like, you didn't see it. And we felt it, and we're like, what was that? We went back, and there it was, an alligator. Like that, yeah. And we're like, oh my god, and then we just kept going, and then literally not even a mile down the road, not even half a mile down the road,
his cousin Jimmy was over there.
Yeah, the other alligator was just staring at us like, I know you didn't just kill my friend and drive off.
Sure enough did. I felt bad. I wanted to stop and get it, but there was a cop not far from there, and I didn't want to take no chances of getting in trouble. What you gonna do with an alligator? Skin it.
In a trailer park?
Yeah, girl. Put it on a barbecue grill. What you mean?
Okay.
Throw it on the crack.
So back to you not driving around without a map. You have gotten so much trouble with me because of that. Well, because again, I was pregnant. Again.
True.
And he had gone to his grandma's in Natchitoches, right around Natchitoches.
Winfield, don't say Natchitoches. Well, she ain't from Natchitoches, she's from Winfield.
Okay, but she's around it. That people don't know Winfield, they know Natchitoches. I just say Natchitoches. All right, hush. And you went up there with your friend Damien to get your S10, and you're supposed to be pulling it on a trailer.
Well, we did load it up on a trailer.
Yeah. They're supposed to pull it on a trailer because he didn't have, taillights?
I didn't have no taillights.
Didn't have insurance, didn't have the
registration didn't have no tags. The truck wasn't even in my... I didn't even have a bill of sale.
Because I wasn't there, he bought it for $400.
Yeah, the guy signed his name on the back of the title, and I said I'll handle the rest later. I never even put my name on there.
So, he literally took off in that truck and just started driving. His friend was following him for a while, and then he lost him because he likes to mess with people and hurry up and turn fast and do whatever. So he did that, and it made him lose his friend.
Damn cat's annoying. That cat's gotta go. Anybody want a cat?
Shut up. Anyway, and he somehow got in touch with him.
My phone died.
No, before this.
Oh yeah.
You told him to meet you.
Told him to meet me at the Walmart, and then
he said he went to like 3 Walmarts, and you still was not at any Walmart.
Well, I went to the Walmart that I thought I told him to go to, and I didn't see him there.
He's not familiar with the area, so how would he know? What if
GPS, nigga?
Oh, he has to use a GPS, but you don't.
Well, I knew the area, and I knew how to get back.
Okay, so then...
There's cops everywhere.
So then he ended up going down all these roads because he was following the moon or something like that, the stars. I don't know what he was doing, but...
I was following my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was following wherever the road took me.
So he literally went... Where did you go? You went like...
So I left...
into Mississippi.
No, so when I left Winfield... I went towards...
You don't have to play by play. Just say, like,
I went towards Sykes, and this was after the hurricane hit up there. The road was closed, so I took a detour through Chatham. And I'm driving. My phone's dead. I left my wallet in my buddy's truck, or in my other truck.
It was your other truck.
And so I'm driving, and mind you, I got a tank of gas, and I got a 5-gallon can to make it home. From a 4-hour trip.
And he couldn't buy a charger.
Couldn't buy a charger because I didn't have my wallet and I didn't have the money. So it's getting dark, and I finally come out of this dirt road that I was on. I was on a dirt road for a good minute. I had finally got the radio to work, so things were starting to get good. And I see a sign that says Arkansas State Line 14 miles, and I kind of pulled over to the side and I looked at the sign and I was like, Arkansas State Line. And that's kind of whenever it clicked in me that I may have been going the wrong way. I had the feeling, but I was like, no, I know where I'm at. So I turn around and I jumped the Mississippi River somewhere over there, and I followed the Mississippi River all the way back. And it was pretty cool. So about 8 or 9 o'clock that night, I passed through this town. This was during the middle of COVID. And, this town was, big popping. The middle of nowhere, too. It was like an old Need for Speed movie, almost. Not Need for Speed. Fast and Furious. There's cars driving up and down the strip, old cars. It's kind of like Radiator Springs in the middle of Louisiana.
You watching too much Cars lately.
So, anyways, I pull over, and I finish off the rest of my 5-gallon can, and this guy pulls up behind me and says, hey, man, I've been following you for a little minute. You ain't got no tail lights. And I was like, yeah, I know. But anyways, so I continue on, and I jump on an interstate, and I'm driving. Well, all of a sudden, I get to this really weird place. People weren't supposed to be back here. There was just, these big fences, and it may have even been, in Angola or something, but there was a lot of penitentiaries, and I was like, I am in the wrong spot. So I see the moon start coming up, and I see a star that I know, star cluster. So I kind of know where I'm at this point. And so following the moon, and I'm following the star, and eventually I roll through a roadblock. I'm like, yeah, this is it. I'm going to jail. I'm 20 minutes from the house at this point, going through Greensburg, and so. Mind you, I had my license plate off of my other truck. Nothing on my truck that says it's mine. But I ended up, I didn't have a seatbelt on. I looked at the cop and nodded at him. He nodded at me, and I drove on. And I make it to the house, and whenever I got to the house, I was like, that was the best fucking ride I've ever had.
Yeah. While he's having the best ride he's ever had, I am in Florida. I'm all the way in Florida on a family vacation with my mom and all them, and my sister, and I am 3 or so months pregnant, and I have not heard from him. I was I had to stay. Everybody went to a bar to eat and listen to music, and I stayed back with the kids because I was pregnant, couldn't do anything in a bar, and I didn't really want to go to the bar, so I just stayed back, and he wouldn't answer me, so I'm like, what is going on? I called his friend finally would answer me and was telling me, he can't find him. I said, you can't find him? I'm like, what?
Talk about a wingman.
I said, no, he tried to play it cool for a while, but then he's like, look, I have not talked to him in this long. I can't find him. He's not answering. I have his wallet in his truck. I'm all the way back at the house. I don't know where he's at. I said, oh my God, is he on the side of the road? What's going on? I don't know what. He drove that, like I was freaking out because I figured out you drove that truck home when you was not supposed to. So
did I die?
So I would test me.
That was a good ride.
So I ended up freaking out to where my dad, my brother, and my sister-in-law all went home with me. Like, we were 5 hours away from home. Then we knew it would probably be, a couple more hour drive to go look for him if he was on his side of the road on the way back from the way we normally go to his grandma's. So even if we came back and was going towards your grandma's just to find you, we would have wasted gas trying to go find you because you didn't even go that way home. Because you went to freaking Arkansas.
Well, that was a complete accident.
Yeah,
but what did that teach you? Don't worry about me.
No, that teaches me that you have to be on a tracker.
Oh, bullshit.
So I put him on a tracker.
Yeah, and there's a way to turn that off.
And you better not turn it off because no matter what, if someone can track your phone, I don't care. I want to track your phone.
For what?
Just to make sure you're not on the side of the road. I don't care if you're... I don't think anything else. I just don't want you to be on the side of the road and me not be able to find you because you ignorant.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. So by the time me, my dad, my brother, and my sister left, we had got maybe 30 minutes down the road to the gas station to get gas and get snacks and then go. This is after 12 o'clock in the morning. And Garrett finally calls me. My dad had just got out the truck and he hears me yelling on the phone. He looked back at me and went, and started walking in the store, and I was just going off. I was going off. So then my dad brought me all the way home. Still, we didn't, because we were leaving the next day anyway, but we just went ahead and went home. And,
overreacting.
I chewed your ass out.
Overreacting.
Have you done it again, though?
Without you knowing, maybe.
No, you haven't.
Well, I haven't drove to Arkansas, but I have been driving around a couple times. I just like riding around.
I understand that, and I go with you.
Sometimes. Man, one time, me and 3 other people struck out.
Oh, God.
It was me, Damien, Gage, and Fat Boy. And we struck out. And we was trying to... I forgot what happened. We went to Franklinton. And we was trying to get to Mississippi. Just to go ride back roads in Mississippi. And we're driving. Like, we're using our sense of direction. And the road was facing north. So we went north. Somewhere along the ways, I don't know if we made a turn or what. But we're driving like state line road. And we're like, any minute now we're going to cross into Mississippi. And finally we crossed into Mississippi. But we was on the other side of Louisiana. Like the top of the steel toe. And we crossed in like Mississippi going east, not north. And that sucked because then we had to drive all the way back. But yeah, that was a good time too. I think everybody passed out in the truck but me. I know. I think one of the other guys, he stayed awake. He had work the next day. I didn't make it to work that day. Stayed home and I slept.
So, I don't remember the whole story of this, but I remember this part. And this person's listening. It's nothing against you. It was just the funniest thing that's ever happened. So remember when we were at the house, about to have a bonfire, but y'all had to go get more wood. So you, and Damien jumped in the truck. And Dalton jumped on the back, or tried to, and ended up rolling off.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, he just fumbled off there.
So...
And I died laughing, but then come to find out he hurt his ankle or something, and I felt so bad, because I was laughing so hard. I literally cried.
So, we hop into the S10, and I wasn't expecting nobody to jump. Like, I waited a second, I was like, okay, nobody's coming. And so I popped the clutch and I took off. As soon as I popped the clutch and revved it up to go, I felt like the truck pop a wheelie when this fat dude jumped in the back. And then next thing I know, like, we're up in the air and then we come back down, like, all the weight's off the back of the truck again. I was like, what the hell? And I look back and I just see this ball rolling around in the grass. And I was like, oh, well, he'll be fine. We'll check on him when we get back. Come back, he's got his leg in a cast and, he's crippled.
Cast.
It
was hurt. I could tell it was hurt the way he fell. But still, I felt bad for laughing.
Well,
but
get that on the big jobs, I guess. GOODTIMES. G to the O. O to the D. T to the I, and M with the E, that spells good times.
Oh.
What'd you think I was spelling?
I wasn't really listening. I was just waiting for you to tell me. I've never been the best. Like, I know that obviously spells good time, but I wasn't listening. And I'm not the best speller, so I have to take a second to think about it.
From when that ball smacked you in the head, huh?
We're going to blame on that, yeah.
That's cool. Everybody's got an
Can
excuse.
you tell my nose is...
Oh, yeah.
Because you can still feel the ridge where it was broken.
You look like you was once a normal human, then you had facial reconstruction.
I did not. They thought they had to put metal plates in my face. It was that bad.
Really?
But then I went
Man, just imagine walking through the metal detector. Oh, that would be great. Every time they stop you and they got to scan you.
Like...
And beep, 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 beep.
No.
Or what if you, like... What if you're, like, walking and there's, like, some super magnet or something and then you just get your face sucked in there like Terminator did? And you just stuck to this magnet?
I am Terminator.
You wish.
You wish.
I'll be John
No, but
Carter.
my septum is an S. S for Shaylee.
Your what?
My septum. The middle of your nose right here. The ridge of it and the inside. It's like that. It's like wavy. It's like an S.
Can't really tell.
You're not going to be able to tell. But, like, that's how whenever I get sick, I have, like...
The English language is so weird. You got 5 words that mean the same thing. Tell, tells, tell. Right? Like, it's crazy, like... All the different, like, acronyms. Man, I'd hate to have to learn the English language. I'm glad I was born. I'm glad I was born knowing it.
Okay.
Do you remember learning the English language? No.
I mean,
Once you figured out how to talk.
You were technically taught it.
Oh, really? I mean, once you learn how to talk, I think that
But do you not see how I'm teaching Levi, like, words?
Well, that's because he doesn't know how to use his vocals yet.
But he only understands it because he was born hearing it.
I mean, he knows
like
my
if
language.
you're born in Mexico and only heard Spanish, then you know only Spanish because that's what you've heard from birth.
Ole!
What was I about to say before? Oh, I remember when I was I was had to be 5th or so, and learning like grammar and stuff, and like the prepositions and stuff. I still know that song.
The preposition? What's a preposition, first off?
It's like honestly, I don't know. I think it's a verb.
But it's a good thing. It's a good thing you learned it,
A description verb or something like that? No. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Like hymns and days and...
Aboard, about, above, across, after, against, among. Yeah, like that.
Oh, yeah, no. I was in...
Preposition.
Yeah, so I was like in the special classes whenever I was in school, and I had a speech impediment, and I finally grew out of it. I think they said because they took me out of them classes. Well, like I couldn't say like the letter T, and so whenever they was trying to teach me how to say truck, it always came. Well, no, it was like fuck.
No, yeah, I was about to say because you can't say T. You wouldn't say
couldn't. I couldn't say T's. I couldn't say K's. I had a problem with my P's. So like, hold your tongue and say apple, and that's what it sounded like.
Asshole.
That's what. That's like that was my language. So like, I always had to like.
You couldn't say an A.
No, I couldn't do the P's. The P's.
That's
like
right.
Pythagorean. The P word.
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, you know what that is? 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5?
Yeah.
No, it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yeah.
That's not 3, 4, 5.
Alright, what's 3 squared?
9.
What's 4 squared?
8. No.
How can 4 squared be less than 3 squared?
I'm sorry, 12. Is it 12?
No, it's not 12. It's 16.
16, that's right.
Alright, so what's 16 plus 9? 25. What's 5 squared? 25. So 3, 4, 5. If you have one side that's 3 and one side that's 4, you already know that your slant is going to be 5. It's pipe fitting stuff. You could punch in whatever number there that you need. But anyways, so what was we talking about? The paleontologist? Oh yeah,
Pythagorean
dinosaurs.
theorem.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you know that paleontologist is a dinosaur doctor.
Like,
He's
an archaeologist that studies dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's technically a doctorate though.
So
or it is a doctorate.
Yeah, in my past life I was a dinosaur.
D-I-N-O. You are a dinosaur.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? Dinosaurs. Yeah, so
independent. What do you mean?
Man, I just imagine sometimes that whenever that asteroid was coming down, I don't know what dinosaurs did. I don't think dinosaurs look like they look on the TV. I think it was a lot cooler than that. So like
you're the one that has like that. It's not a long neck, but it's like it has a long neck and then the head that goes like it's like a hammerhead.
Oh yeah, definitely me.
That was you.
So yeah, I like to imagine like dinosaurs were smart, like listen to music and stuff. But anyways, I was probably jamming out to some T-Rex or something, and saw the asteroid coming, and there ain't no telling what I did. I probably did like an 8-ball of cocaine or something, and just like we was just like raging or something when the asteroid hit. But yeah, good times. Remember that. The damn squirrel, man, let me tell you. There's this one squirrel, right? He always ran around with his acre and he was just messing everything up.
Dude, are you talking about Ice Age?
No. This was like before the Ice Age. The Ice Age happened after. So back when I was a dinosaur.
Okay, let's not talk about this. You sound weird.
Not really.
I feel like if I were a dinosaur, the way I'd be going out is A, sleeping. I'd be another way.
Oh, no. Well, like, when the asteroid hit for us, man, I don't know, we was like listening to like some Leonard Skinner and some T-Rex and all that. And we was just like space jamming at the time. And, yeah. Good times.
Poor Bear, you hear him.
It'll be alright. Man, we in this podcast for a little minute now. We might have to cut this one and go to episode 3 another day.
That's fine.
I don't know how many listeners are going to listen to an hour and a half.
I got more stories and theories, so we'll do that another day.
So, shout out to Sonic for the drinks. I'm no way affiliated with them by any means. And, anything you'd like to say? The floor is yours.
Back.
You'll be back?
I'll be back.
Where are you going?
Like on the podcast, moron.
Oh, hey, you want to make me some Kool-Aid?
Right now?
Yeah.
I guess.
What you mean? You ever, like, was you not there when we took this, like, lifelong nap?
What do you mean?
Alright, so, like, sometimes whenever I take a nap, I'll sleep so hard that, like, when I wake up,
not knowing where you are, what time it is,
I wake up, and I'm like, damn, dude, did I sleep for 10 minutes or did I sleep for 10 years? It's like they put me in
that was him earlier.
A crypto or
I literally
crypnotic.
woke him up, and he went,
Yeah, no, like, when I take a nap, I sleep really hard. And, like, an hour of me sleeping is like a lifetime. I go live in a alternate reality. But, anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. This was episode 2 of the Tadpole Show. Sure, we're trying to get another guest on here for the next one. He was kind of boring.
Thanks.
Just kidding.
Thanks.
Don't beat me up when I turn the camera off. Hey, huge shout out to anybody out there that listens to my music. Last night we was down in Moorepaw at a party and met a lot of good people down there. Appreciate y'all for listening to my music. And here in a couple weeks we're gonna do a little show down there. Maybe not necessarily a show, but we're gonna be rocking some music and we're all getting buck ass wasted. And either A, I'm going to lose my voice, or B, everybody here down there is going to pass out drunk. I thought I drank a lot, but man, it's hard to keep up with the Moorepaw boys. They some alcoholics.
I'm the DD.
The dude had 4 coolers of Busch Lattes.
He did.
Like 110 quart. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It may have been bigger. But there was 4 coolers of Busch Lattes. There was a cooler of Michelob's, which I don't even think that got touched. Because nobody drinks water. And then they had a cooler for Twisted Teas, and I was like, I'm not getting on the Twisted Teas tonight.
It was my sister's engagement party.
So,
and it was everywhere. They had margaritas. They had everybody dancing.
Turning up for real.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, so next time we're down there, we're going to have to get together and do something. Have a big-ass party. And I'm going to show up and show out for y'all. Either just turn up and get fucking drunk in a field or something, whatever y'all got going on. So, again, much love to anybody that listens to my music. It's greatly appreciated. You know, my podcast is actually doing better than my music.
It's because of me.
Well, you wasn't on the first episode. We had Bubba in here.
I'm still better than Bubba. Sorry, Bubba, but...
Are you right? You are better than Bubba. So, anyways, shout out to y'all. Y'all are the heroes. Y'all make this dream into reality. And without y'all, I wouldn't be here. Well, without you, I wouldn't be here. But without them, I wouldn't have no reason to even do this. So, I see whenever y'all like my stuff, and it's greatly appreciated. And I'm going to do everything I can to be the best at what I do. So, y'all just be patient. Bear with me. We're working on quality. We're working on studio time. And really blowing this thing out the waters. I project this year was supposed to be like the year I seen my music blowing up, in which it is by far a lot bigger than where I was last year. Of course, we still got like a couple months in this year, but I'm going to blow this thing out of the waters.
Let me just say, no matter how many fans you have, no matter how many people that like your music, whatever, your biggest fan is your son.
Oh yeah, if he ain't bobbing his head when I play one of my new songs, I trash it.
He loves listening to you.
You remember whenever I did Till I Make It to the Top, I'ma stay skint back?
Yeah.
The dude went nuts.
Back, yeah.
He was was raging.
He's a little dancer, and when he hears his daddy's songs come on, that's it. Don't talk to him, let him dance.
I was in here recording Son of the South, and he was in here with me, and he was getting hyped. I felt bad. I had to cut a couple parts out because he was just in here screaming, like raging. But there's a couple parts in there.
This is his favorite.
There's a couple parts in there you can hear him say, yeah. I look those in there. It's a cool little sound. But, yeah, that's what it's all about. It's about bringing smiles to people's faces, and that's my main goal.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. But anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to be dropping new episodes throughout the next upcoming weeks. I got a couple songs in production. I have an 18-track mixtape available if y'all would like to get y'all's hands on one of them. It's got a lot of songs on here. A couple songs that have not been released and not been heard by anybody yet. But if y'all would like to get y'all's hands on one, hit me up, let me know. I'll give them away for free. It don't matter. Just pay shipping and handling. And I'll send you something. I have merch available. I have hats, a couple t-shirts. And so yeah, new songs coming out. I'm going to try to work on doing a couple more behind the lyrics or underneath the lyrics soon. And try to rock and roll with this podcast thing. See what we can't make happen out of that. Because it's all about just hanging out, having a good time. And so bonfire season's around the corner. Can't wait for that. That's definitely going to be a blast. I can't wait to go hit all the bonfires. I hit a pretty cool bonfire last year. That's whenever I met. That's when, like, the first time that I was out in a setting where it wasn't me and people that I knew. And I had people come up and was like, hey, you're Tadpole. And I was like, yeah, I'm Tadpole. I'm that guy.
All right.
But anyways, much love. I appreciate that. It's pretty late here. I got to work in the morning. So y'all be good.
Toodles.